Today on Warrior Update, we commemorate September 11th, Waubonsee celebrates its 40th, and seniors have advice for the freshmen. It's Friday, September 11th. I'm Melissa Pappas, and this is Warrior Update. It has been 14 years since the September 11th terrorist attack, but it is becoming more difficult for the younger people to remember. Nicole Chung reports.
As we reach the anniversary of the attacks on September 11, 2001, Waubonsee teachers stopped to remember the tragedy that changed the world while reflecting on how students and adults react to the event 14 years later. At this point, many argue that the events on 9/11 are losing significance in the minds of students who were too young to be aware at the time.
Students see it, I think, as just another event in a long line of historical events, instead of being something that they can personally connect to. Americans are people who move past their past very quickly. There's something new today, there's something else to be done. If I can remember it, that's great. If I don't, I need to go on to this new task, this new challenge.
You know, we teachers are getting older, but the students, they haven't experienced because they're just so young at this point.
It's a little bit out of sight, out of mind, but I don't think students are any different than adults. It was certainly very impactful at the time, and that impact lessens over time.
It's become a little bit of a punchline to jokes or whatever that, Bush did 9/11 or whatever. I think that detracts from the seriousness of the event.
The question is also raised as to if we should be addressing the anniversary more prominently in classes every year.
I do think it is important for us to remember and to honor that day, as it was an attack on our national psyche, our national consciousness.
I like to see it in context. Therefore, I don't think it's so crucial to take a day of remembrance or memorial. However, as a person, I respond to tragedy scientifically, academically, and that way I don't have to deal with the emotions.
Knowing that it was real, that there were actual lives lost in the instant that I was watching, that it wasn't some movie playing out on screen where I was disassociated. These were our fellow Americans.
What you do is you go back to what matters to you in your life and those you love, and that becomes really important.
So it's up to us to help ensure that they never forget and do remember what did transpire that day.
For Warrior Update, I'm Nicole Chung.
Warrior Athletics is making a big change to its sports this season. Kelly Regan has more.
For the first time in the school's history, Waubonsee will view athletics through the eyes of the new conference. Instead of the Upstate 8, the Warriors have moved to the DuPage Valley Conference.
We had a lot of discussions at the table amongst the athletic directors, principals, and one of the things that we decided was because of the teams that we play, and they're so close to us, the Napervilles and Wheatons, that it might be a good fit for us.
We compete against those guys day in and day out. They're intersectional, so it's the same teams, just now it's part of the conference.
The DVC is a tougher conference overall, so every single conference match that we have will be difficult, and I think that's really fun. So we play a lot of those teams also in our sectional or regional, so it's good preparation for the postseason.
Probably puts a little more focus on conference. We never really focused on conference, to be honest. We just, did you beat Matia, did you beat Neuqua? And that was pretty much the end of it.
While excited about the move, coaches and athletes know that the task will be challenging.
Every team we play it'll be a competitive game and good competition, but some of the schools in the new conference we haven't played in the past. It'll be, like for me, new competition.
It's not completely new to us because we played a lot of DVC teams in the past, but the biggest difference is just every week. There's no cupcake games anymore. You got probably the best conference in the state.
I mean, now that it is the DVC with the valleys in it, it's become a huge powerhouse. I mean, it's definitely the top conference in the state.
In the past, our side of the UEC, at least for volleyball, it would be between us or the other two valleys, and now every single school will be in contention. So it will be really fun to see kind of how that plays out.
For Warrior Update, I'm Kelly Regan.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
First things first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole world feel it. Let them feel it. And I'm still in the murder business. I can hold you down like I'm giving lessons in physics. Right.
Take it slow, but it's not typical. He already knows that my love is fire. So fancy, you already know. Paradise, say you'll never let me go. So fancy, can't you taste this gold? Classic, expensive, you don't get to touch.
You ready?
I'm so ready.
You know, this is such a good tradition. They should never change it. Because it would cause a lot of problems, you know, with everyone in one place. It's 10,000 people. There's going to be a lot of fights. And, you know, it would cause a lot of traffic, too. So this is why this always works. And they should never change it. Or else they're stupid.
The game's not here. It's at Nequa. Red, white, and blue.
You know, I think we're a bit early here.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a good game.
My advice for all of you freshmen is to get really involved with all of your classmates and in the school because you're going to be spending the next 4 years here.
Number one, don't be late. Always be on time for your classes because then your teacher's going to be like, oh, why are you being late?
If you're going to go to the football games, sit with the parents because all they do is talk and so do you. So don't sit on our side.
My advice would be to push yourself out of your comfort zone, try new things, and also go to the volleyball games.
Make sure you get closer with your secretaries in your class house because they'll take care of you.
My advice for all you freshmen is take the TV class.
Just be calm, just be yourself, just enjoy the year and don't even worry about it. Just get all your work done, be a good student.
My senior advice would be talk to everybody in your classes, whether or not you know them or not, and to also eat all the food that you want now because you can lose the pounds later.
My senior advice is you got to grow the hair out.
If you don't go to the football games, you're a terrible human being. You have no school spirit.
Waubonsie Valley turned 40 last week. Warrior Update has more.
Waubonsie Valley commemorated its 40th birthday on September 3rd with a party during lunch periods. Students and staff celebrated the occasion with singing and cupcakes.
How can we celebrate the 40th? And to know that 3 high schools came out of this high school in the start of Waubonsie Valley with 298 freshmen through juniors walking in, that's just a special thing, I think.
The school first opened in 1975 with almost 300 students consisting of only freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Indian Prairie School District passed a referendum in December of 1972, and Waubonsie was built at the cost of $8.2 million. During this time, Waubonsie was host to only 5 principals, including Jason Stipp. The school currently has close to 2,600 students, and at one time held over 3,700.
Who doesn't love a happy birthday? Who doesn't love cake? And who doesn't love to celebrate a place they love spending 4 years of their life, some of their best memories? So.
For Warrior Update, I'm Josh Breckenridge.
That's all for Warrior Update. I'm Melissa Pappas. Thanks for watching.